What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I am packing up and getting ready to leave out from Vermont. We'll get back on track with the channel and things, but we definitely left our mark on Vermont, helping some people get back into their house and getting whole again. And I'm leaving with some maple syrup, a lot of maple syrup. And I am really feeling under the weather, so I hope I can get through this video here, because I am sick. I hope I can get down the road. Oh, goodness. A sinus cold that's literally got my head going like this. I feel like I've got every one of the Dak haters inside my head right now just going off. That's how bad it feels. But the Cowboys are in day number 2 of OTAs. Micah Parsons says he'll be there next week. He, of course, is doing work and stuff on his own right now. And when you're Micah Parsons, I guess you get the special treatment, and you're allowed to do those things. Now, we still have the situation where we're talking about getting paid. Dak Prescott, quarterback compensation. This is the funniest thing to me, is the only quarterback that it hurts the team paying them is Dak Prescott. Seriously. We have Tua, who of course rejected a contract. He says he wants one like Jared Goff's or better, who is now the second highest at $54 million. We've got now Trevor Lawrence. Listen to this morning. This is about Trevor Lawrence. Now, Trevor Lawrence, who was the #1 pick in the draft, who does have one playoff win, been to the playoffs one time, but has been kind of a turnover machine. He's looking to reset the market as well. Let's listen in real quick to NFL Live.
The bond that they have, we can't discount that. That's real. What he's meant to the organization currently, I do think that matters when it comes to these contract situations. Another contract we're looking out for, Trevor Lawrence. He's in line for a massive payday. Take a look at the QB deals that have been handed out this offseason. Adam referenced it. Jared Goff got over $200 million over 4 years. 35-year-old Kirk Cousins got $180 million over 4 years, with $100 million guaranteed coming off Achilles surgery. And Baker Mayfield got 9 digits. Trevor Lawrence has 2 years left in this current deal, just under $12 million cap hit this year, and a $25.5 million cap hit next year. Here's Doug Peterson on where the negotiations stand.
Obviously, the sooner you get it done, right, it's behind everybody, and now we focus on football, and so that's not lingering, and that's not out there. You know, I know Trent, his agent, excuse me, they've continued to talk, and we'll talk, and they're working hard and tirelessly, and you know, I just gotta coach Trevor and coach football, and hopefully it gets done, and it will.
Everyone gets a frog in their throat talking about that kind of money. Happens to all of us. Adam,
the sooner you get it done, the sooner it gets
Adam,
behind
what
you.
can you tell us about the Trevor Lawrence deal?
Well, I think the key thing that the Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson said there was, this will get done. And so there is the full expectation from the Jaguars, according to Doug Peterson, that this deal will get done. The two sides have been talking. They've been talking for weeks. They've been talking since before the NFL draft in Jacksonville, which once used the #1 overall selection on Trevor Lawrence, who has identified him as the face of the franchise, wants to get this deal wrapped up. The question, again, will be, what is the fair number? He, obviously, is going to be wanting to be right in the Jared Goff neighborhood, if not higher than that. Every player wants to get as much as they can, and there are some quarterback deals that are out there that are not done, and it just seems like the number goes up every time. It's not going down. Jacksonville wants to get it done. Trevor Lawrence wants to get it done, and I would think at some point this summer, as Doug Peterson said, they will get it done. It's just a question of when and how much.
Yeah, these quarterback deals kind of just keep resetting each other, and that's real, right, Sam? But do you think Trevor Lawrence deserves elite money?
Oh, absolutely. I think he deserves elite money. I think sometimes we look at Trevor Lawrence's rookie year and say, man, what happened, right? 3-14, I believe it was. Well, part of what happened is the Urban Meyer experiment happened, and it wasn't successful. We saw how that team struggled and Trevor Lawrence struggled. But then the last 2 years, he's been extremely effective, even statistically, over 4,000 yards. And yes, there's been some injury history last year. We did see that. But he has everything you want in a franchise quarterback. He's getting better despite the first year struggles. And he's got his head coach, Doug Peterson, who's won a Super Bowl, who knows how to do it, especially at that position, and now maybe calling the plays. And so, for me, I think it's a no-brainer to get Trevor Lawrence paid. And I think sometimes you have to forget about what happened early in his career because of the coach that was in place at that time.
I mean, there's no way that we could sit here and say he deserves elite money right now. I mean, he's an elite talent, and you would be paying him because you expect him to become an elite quarterback. You would expect him to finally vault into, for the year, in the top 8 quarterback conversation. The last thing I'll say about this is we have to stop saying top 5 quarterback in the NFL. There's way more than 5 really, really, really good ones. It has to become like a top 8 conversation. Trevor hasn't ascended into that just yet. I wouldn't rush and sign if I was Trevor Lawrence. I think that this is a year, to your point, Acho, year 1 never actually happened. This is really my 3rd year into the NFL, and I know there's a ton of pressure on him to live up to expectations. Doug Peterson, I don't know if we could sit here and say, there's no way that the Jags go elite money. They're 17-16 with him as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, and
he's got, 46 touchdowns, 22 picks, so good. You know what I'm saying? Good. But certainly not into that elite conversation just yet.
Really fast, Dan, you think sometimes when teams pick a quarterback or a player in general, #1 overall, it factors into wanting to...
Of course, every general manager wants to be right.
It's a different group. And
yeah, totally. You would, if they decided to pay Trevor today what the Lions have paid Jared Goff, this is we believe that you are going to do something way more than... we're paying you partly because what you've done. And I know Louis Riddick says that all the time, right? Like, the contracts in the NFL is about what we believe you're going to become, but that would be the example of if it became that elite money.
Yeah, last year, Lawrence ranked in the bottom half of the league in QBR, yards per attempt, and touchdown to interception ratio. Important in the conversation.
They got to stay healthy. They got to be better in the red zone. And again, he's got to make that jump into that top 8 conversation over that course in 3rd year. Not 4th year, 3rd year, over the course of the season.
Take out that first year. Adam, there are so many more.
Did they just move the goalposts closer? Oh, we don't count that first year.
Stories that are developing now as OTAs get underway.
Okay, so you hear that, right? They're admitting he's not a top 8 quarterback. He's got a turnover issue. They are 17-16. I guess the last couple of seasons with him as a starter. But they're talking about him being the 2nd or 3rd highest paid. Here's the thing, the kicker here that's so funny to me. The only quarterback that they say you can't pay a quarterback that kind of money is because it hamstrings you from building a team is Dak Prescott. Are you really going to tell me that paying Trevor Lawrence $54 million is not going to hurt the team? But if you pay Dak 56, 58, 60, that it is, when Deshaun Watson is getting 63, yeah, this is some bullshit that they're trying to feed you with a narrative. This morning, I'm going through my emails, and there's perception and then there's reality. And Juan Ramon sent me a statistic here. Dak Prescott, bum quarterback and a choker. Last year, 3,898 yards passing, 259 yards per game. Oh no, this must be float. He had more than 30 TD passes. This is old. He had 36 TD passes and he had 40-some hundred yards. This must be playoffs. So I think that's what it is. This is playoffs. Dak Prescott, 3,892 yards passing, 259 yards a game, 237 yards rushing, 30 TDs, 7 interceptions, a 104 rating, a 71 QBR, 68% completion percentage. MVP, Lamar Jackson, 3,357 yards, 221 yards passing game. Does have more rushing yards, 741, 19 passing TDs to Dak's 30, 7 interceptions, a wash, a rating 96 versus 104, and a QBR 63 versus 71, and a completion percentage of 66 to 68. Bro. Lamar, MVP, Dak, he's a bum. But I guess that's the life of being a Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Dak was on any other team, he'd be praised. He just would. All right, good people. Have a good day. Got to get all these bags downstairs so we can hit the road again and get back to the man cave. I appreciate y'all. Peace.